This is Elizabeth Joyce with Visions of Reality. For the past 10 years or so, I have been writing a magazine called Psychic Visions Plus that is available on my website monthly. It gives you predictions, astrology, a numerology month by month, tells you about your angels, and also what the tarot says for the coming month for each sign. Now I want to bring you the overview for September 2015. This is a powerful month and is a culmination of all of the energies that have been gathering around making changes, upsetting us, or enhancing us since the 7 Uranus-Pluto squares over the past few years. This energy brings self-involvement, so you might want to wake up to reality and brace yourself for the drama of, hey, what about me? On the 5th, Pluto brings in some positive energy and strength, and the perseverance for us to deal with any secrets that have been hidden, or that which has been underground from our consciousness. Time to bring them up to the light, to be addressed and healed. Sunday, the 6th, Venus moves forward again, so on Labor Day weekend, it will be packed with a few punches, as well as possibly some bad weather. Venus remains in Leo through October 6th, but happy days are here again. This expands your heart as well as your bank account, and also is very good for couples who are looking to set a wedding date. There are 2 eclipses in September, and although eclipses are not good or bad in themselves, they represent a sign from the heavens as messages from the gods that give us clues towards events yet to come. Their influence lasts for about 6 months. The 2 this month promise to bring interesting events that will change the course of your life and perhaps take it to a newer and better direction over this next year. Remember, eclipses are a harbinger of change coming, not doom and gloom. Eclipse energy is quite powerful, as demonstrated by the change and the pull of the tides. And the energy lasts 5 days each way, 2 days before the eclipse, the day of the occurrence, and 2 days after the eclipse. If your birthday falls on these days, you will be most affected by this energy. The first eclipse is on the 13th in Virgo and is a solar eclipse. Be ready for some changes ahead. You may be confronted with a life-changing experience which will take you down a new road in the year ahead. At the very least, you will have a change of mind about something that is very important to you. This first solar eclipse affects birth dates of September 11th through September 15th or March 11th through March 15th. That's the opposite polarity. 2 planets sign a peace treaty at the new moon eclipse that comes with a warning label on the 13th. Mars trines Uranus on the 8th, and this driven energy lasts for about 2 weeks. It's a remarkable combination of self-driven power, Mars, and intuitive genius, Uranus. This is an important marker that there will be even more creative devices, such as self-driving cars, robots, 3D printers, and Google Glasses for our use than ever before. After the past few years of confusion and sudden events, it's a huge release to have these energies back in balance again. The September 13th eclipse is part of a family of eclipses that have proven to be highly stressful. We all remember 9/11. The ensuing war on terror could take a new turn, whatever that might be. Because this one is in Virgo, it's time to avoid surgery and any extra stress if possible. Make your plans to begin something new, but wait until after October 20th to put them in action. That's when you'll be free of the Mercury retrograde energies. A new moon eclipse is actually special. It's time to begin a new project or adventure. If you're ready to begin something new, then the week of September 13th to the 16th is the perfect time to start making your dreams into realities. The week of September 14th through the 20th is a I'll give you one more chance week. It brings the only Jupiter-Neptune opposition of 2015 and the last Mercury retrograde of the year, and Saturn's farewell to Scorpio. Jupiter-Neptune at first glance looks like a face-off between your hopes, Jupiter, and your dreams, Neptune. But if you use the earthy Virgo energy as a grounding device, you will be able to gain a positive footing in the world of endless possibilities. Although Jupiter in Virgo can sometimes feel like a hypocritical influence, it also comes in handy when you're floating through the Neptune's foggy clouds to separate fact from fiction. While you're reaching for the stars, keep your feet on the ground and remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This year, Mercury has turned retrograde in 3 air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, and now on September 17th, it turns retrograde in Libra. This is the last time you will need to use the 3 R's: review, revise, and renew. For the next 3 weeks, take a look at the things you've already done rather than what's ahead. Then take the time to put yourself back on track. On the same day Mercury retrograde, Saturn ends its backward travel through Scorpio and re-enters Sagittarius, where it will remain until 2018. With this switch, you will feel like you have crawled out of a dark swamp, finding yourself in a beautiful field of light with a white horse waiting for you to jump on its back and gallop away to new adventures. This next 3 years journey promises to be more of a lonesome cowboy on a trail ride than the brooding, self-serving fistfights we've just left with Saturn and Scorpio. Hopefully you can adapt to and like the changes, because there's going to be quite a lot of changes before September comes to an end. First, there's the fall equinox as we change from summer to fall, and the sun moves from Virgo to Libra. Then Mars shifts from Leo into Virgo, bumping up against Saturn and Pluto that turns direct on the same day. Finally, the moon ends the week with a bang, with a full supermoon eclipse in Aries and the beginning of the Lunar New Year. It begins on the 22nd, which flags the 3rd seasonal turning point of 2015. That's when the sun moves into Libra and fall begins. If the seasonal year were a day, then spring would be at dawn, summer would be at noon, fall would be at sunset, and winter would be at midnight. So the fall equinox marks the sunset season of the year. It is the second day this year that we have equal amounts of light and dark. This is the day of the cosmic balance and is a reminder to check out your own personal balance sheet. Mars enters Virgo on the 24th, and the active energy moves out of exciting, firing Leo and centers itself squarely into the earthy sign of Virgo. Virgo focuses on work, reputation, your daily healthcare and routine, as well as your pets. Friday the 25th brings a conflict with Saturn and Mars, as all exits are blocked, and it's definitely not the time to solve any problems. Pluto gets into the act as it wakes up from its 5-month retrograde period. Despite this square-off, Pluto in direct motion brings a slow, unconscious, and gradual return to peace and prosperity in the personal, economic, and political arenas. Then the Pope arrives over the full moon weekend, which promises stormy weather and a possible hurricane at best. This full moon eclipse is the time when everything gets a little bit crazy. Emotions are high and reckless with this fiery energy. Be sure to look at both ways when crossing the street and stay out of packed cities and malls. The 27th is when the Pope arrives in Philadelphia, and he plans to spend some time in New York City and Washington, D.C. as well. This full moon may bring unpredictable and unexpected events. It's best to use your head to be cautious in everything you do. Don't text and drive. It's not a good idea for any heavy discussions or trying to clear the air with either your boss, partner, parent, or spouse. However, the Aries full moon on Sunday the 27th is special because it's a larger-than-life supermoon as well as a total lunar eclipse. This placement and unusual combination brings 2 special effects. The first is the moon is bigger than life. Second, as it moves closer to the Earth and reaches its perigee, the gravitational force will increase by 50%, leading to high tides, storm, flooding, and possible earthquakes. Don't do any mountain climbing that weekend. This eclipse is visible over parts of the eastern United States. The strongest effect is in one-on-one relationships and anyone who has a birthday on that day. By the way, It's Amma, the Hugging Saint's 63rd birthday on the 27th of September. With all of these shifts and intense alignments, it's certainly not the time to schedule any important big events. Perhaps it's best to watch the Pope at home on TV. The lunar eclipse energy will be felt more strongly between September 25th and 29th, so if you were born on these days in either September or March, you may experience quite a few interesting events over the next year. You could change your job, move to a new locale, or change your appearance. September closes with Mercury in Libra retrograde and conjuncting the Sun. This is called an inferior conjunction because Mercury is retrograde, which brings in another flow of geomagnetic energy, which indicates that things are not going to be going smoothly. You may be dealing with a few conflicts, and it's time to review your life situation and conflicts with an eye on resolving them. This is Elizabeth Joyce with Visions of Reality. I hope September works out all the best for you. My website is www.new-visions.com. If you'd like to call to make an appointment or have a consultation, the number is 201-934-8986. I will be doing another YouTube recording explaining how this energy of September affects each of you, sign by sign. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.